Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeffrey Butts and I'm a doctor of dental surgery, and this channel is all about health and wellness for you to be healthy and wealthy, all right? Now, we have gotten very, very popular, not necessarily because of the great dental work that I do. I try to do really good work though, okay? But we've gotten popular mostly because I started talking about this diet called the blood type diet, right? So one of the questions that I got was, where can I get the book? Well, the book is called Eat Right for Your Type, and it's written by this guy named Dr. Peter D'Adamo, and he is a PhD doctor that picked up the reins of his father's work, James D'Adamo, and they have figured out that the alleles, which are, let's just call them the locks and keys of your blood system, these alleles that define whether you're an A, a B, an O, or an AB, those alleles basically have a certain way that they function. And the way that they function works best with some foods and not so well with other foods. And as I've discovered this for myself, like as in I tried it myself and I feel much better for doing it, I started sharing it with people. And mostly I found out during the pandemic when this virus came out on us, and then everyone's saying that I need to get vaccinated, and my government says all of a sudden that they love me and they want to help me with the vaccine. I was definitely, I had some questions, right? So with my questions, the answers that I came up with are as follows. Your health is your responsibility. Whether you know or you don't know, it doesn't matter because it's your responsibility. So, health is based on what you do or don't do. So, do the right things and don't do the wrong things. Knowledge is power when it comes to your health, and sharing your knowledge as best you can with people and looking for the results is going to be the best way that you can help people. Now, that last one, that's for me, all right? As a doctor of dental surgery serving thousands of people, since the pandemic, which was 2019, 2020, it was going crazy, right? I started having questions and asking the people whom I serve questions. What's your blood type? And I got all of these different answers, and I gathered all this different data, and what I came up with was this. The people that knew what their blood type was and didn't know that it had anything to do with anything, they had problems. The people who didn't know what their blood type was, they really had problems. They're taking all types of medications, and their doctor was never ever trying to help them get off their medication. They were just giving them medication, right? I say that the medication can be harmful if you take it over time. I also say that medication can be very helpful in an acute sense. For example, if you have high blood pressure and you need to get your blood pressure down, a blood pressure medication can help you in the short run, but don't get stuck on it. Get off of it. Try to ask your doctor, what do I need to do to get off of this high blood pressure medication? And oh my God, if his answer isn't eat for your blood type, get exercise, get plenty of rest, have detoxification moments and mindfulness behavior, if his answers aren't that, then run. Because he's saying, oh, and I've heard this before, you'll never get off of the high blood pressure medicine. Oh, I've heard that before. And also, if you're on high blood pressure medicine for a long time, it's very hard to get off of it because your body actually gets used to it and it does need it. I also get patients that are on high blood pressure medicine and it doesn't work. They still have high blood pressure, right? So if people are asking what they can do for themselves, for their lives, I say at least know what your blood type is, and then try to eat accordingly. Try. And then I also say, just try it. And if you find out what your blood type is, I'm gonna say, give yourself a month, 2 months to do your diet exclusively all the way, okay? Avoid all the foods that it says to avoid, eat the foods that it says to eat, and record your results for yourself. You could even take a blood test, get your blood insulin levels. You could get your blood sugar levels. You could get your A1C, that's it. You could get your cholesterol levels before you start the blood type diet. You give yourself 30 days of exclusively doing it, including proper sleep, exercise that includes cardio and weightlifting, that's anaerobic exercise. You are drinking plenty of water. The water that you drink is going to be out of a glass container. It's not going to be out of plastic, and you put a pinch of sea salt in it to make sure that the water gets in you more. If you give yourself sea salt with your water, you're going to actually have to use the restroom less, because your body will use the water, be able to use the water more, because sodium helps the water go into the cells. That's why you use the sea salt, right? But this blood type diet conversation has been something that was, to me, an easy fix. Seemed to be an easy fix, but here's some of my comments, right? I am a 60-year-old person that is blood type O, and I am a vegetarian, and I have plenty of energy, and I'm doing fine. Great. That is amazing. Now, blood type O people are supposed to, it says in the book. It says this in the book. You're supposed to eat meat because, here's the because. I'm an O blood type, have a high acid content. And that acid content, if we don't eat meat, the breakdown that happens in our stomach will not leave enough protein for our small intestines to break down the protein into the amino acids that we need to use to make our own amino acids. So we're breaking down muscle, which is connective tissue. The connective tissue turns into the amino acids. The amino acids, then we use them to make our own connective tissue and other things. But this particular O blood type person that's in their 60s is doing great. Now, there are outliers. Nothing is always the same, and I believe that there's something called an RH factor. So some people are positive, some people are negative. And it seems as though the blood type diet doesn't necessarily jive for everyone. That's what it seems like, because I'm getting evidence by people like this comment that say, I'm a vegetarian, supposed to be a meat eater. And you're doing great. That's great. That's great. But I know the same thing. I'm a meat eater, or I'm supposed to be a meat eater, but I'm a vegetarian and I'm not doing well. My first interview that I did on this channel was with someone who was an O blood type. They refused to eat meat, and they actually had to go to the hospital because their iron was so low that they developed something called pernicious anemia. And that anemia sent them to the hospital with elevated heart rhythm, and they just thought that they were dying. And they simply needed to eat meat. Actually, I hope that she gets a chance to do a follow-up interview with me. That's what we're hoping for. And she's awesome, but she actually said that she started eating meat and she has not had that type of problem again. B blood type people, it says that they're not supposed to eat chicken because the protein in chicken does not jive with the enzymes that they have that break down meat. And because those enzymes don't break down the meat, that they basically cause inflammation in their bodies every time they eat chicken. Now, there are some people that will ignore this. They are chicken eater B blood types. Unfortunately, my example of the chicken eating blood type ended up with that particular person, patient of mine, dying of cancer. That's what happened. That's my perspective. That's my perspective. That's what I've seen. And I'm just sharing the scene with you because that's what I saw. But if you're a B blood type and you say, I'm going to eat as much chicken as I can, you may be able to eat as much chicken as you can. The mind does so much stuff as well, right? So there's this thing, it's a sugar pill or a salt pill. And they could say, this pill is going to make you lose weight. And they give it to you and you take the pill and you lose weight. But it was just a sugar pill, it was just a salt pill. How did you lose weight? Oh, you lost weight because you thought you were going to lose weight because they said that this pill is going to make you lose weight. And your mind made it happen. Now, did your mind make it so that you started exercising more? Did your mind make it so that you felt like you had more energy to do things that would make it so that you lose weight? Maybe. But the mind is super powerful. So when I say concentrate on your food, your sleep, your exercise, your detoxification, and mental behavior, well, I'm saying that to you because that's about all that I can think of to tell someone that they can do to make sure that they are doing the very best for themselves, for their health, for their longevity. It's the blood type diet, one of them, all right? Guys, that's all I had to say about that. There's some more comments, we could talk about them later, all right? But thank you so much for listening. If any of this information was useful for you, please send it to a friend, share it with a family member. Please like and subscribe. Definitely let the algorithm know that we're here by hitting the thumbs up button, okay? And we're going to talk about a couple other little things a little bit later.